and underneath this would have a comment section, and we want the comment section added to our blog page. So again, we have to go to the components, and we're gonna have another component created, which is going to be called comment section right here. Looks good. So for the comment section, it's pretty simple. You could just simply have ref C again, and you could have the comment section added like this. Okay, now that's good, all good. But what you want to do is you want to add it in the post page again. So right here you have this div. So right after this div, you want the comment section div. So if we go to the post page, you would have the div, and then over here would have a a comment section. So I don't need a div for the comment section, to be honest. It just needs to be underneath, so you could just have comment section. Okay, control space, there you go, comment section is added. Now there's a problem here. One, it's not closed. Okay, then the comment section is added. You want to actually pass one important prop here. So it's basically the post ID. Right now, to this component, basically what we're getting is the post ID. So there's a unique ID to this post. We want to know, according to what post ID, what comments are existing, right? So that's how we're going to track this. So that's why we need this. We could pass it as a prop like post. And what is the value? So it's actually post._ID, if you recall. So post is coming from this. Remember this? Post everywhere. Post. It's basically the state over here, and it had that ID that we're passing in. So in the comment section, we can now complete this, and it's not difficult at all. So what you could do is first remove that, and for the comment section, you could simply have a div. Let's have a class name here. max-width-2xl, mx auto, and then we have width of full, and then we have padding of 3. Okay, so just because of that, I was able to have some good padding here. So hi, if I say hello, you can see that nice look. So max width 2xl, mx auto, width of full, and padding of 3 allowed it to be a really nice separated part. Over here, we want to basically first determine if the current user exists, and then we could show the comments. For that, you could use selector, import use selector, and then that is from React Redux, and then you could have the thing here, import, so const current user is equal to, then we have use selector state, and then we have state dot user. Once we get the user, we could use it over here. So what we could say is, if the current user exists, okay, then we look at something like this. If not, then we look at something like that. That's how basically this thing works. Now, if the current user exists, what you want to show is a div, okay? So I could actually showcase what I need. So it's basically a div. Now, ignore the errors. It's a div, has a class name of flex items center, and gap 1, margin y 5, text gray 500, and then we have text-sm, okay? Now over here, signed in as, this is a paragraph. Image tag has this current user.profile image. Now where is this problem coming? It says there's an issue with the parentheses mismatch. I understand what's the issue. We forgot to add something over here. So right now, you could just add some dummy paragraph. It's still gonna accommodate it. So nothing, okay? So over here now we have an issue. So let's go to inspect and console. Let's see what happened now. It says reference link is not defined. Well, it's easy to add the link. This link has to be imported from React Router DOM. And now you have this nice looking signed in as admin. If you click on admin, because we have this image and it's all having this really nice styling, object cover to maintain the aspect ratio and the rounded full to make that round image, and then we have the source current user.profile picture, and then alternative is left blank. But what the main thing here is that if you click on this link, it goes to /dashboard. So localhost /dashboard, and then we have question tab is equal to profile. So it basically goes to the profile page of the current user. Okay, that's good. And if you're not logged in as that, you basically could say whatever you want. So you're basically telling me I'm being told that I'm logged in as admin. That admin was my username, so that's exactly how things are working. And if I'm not logged in, so I could basically paste this. So it says div class and then text sm teal, and then it says you must be signed in to comment, and then there should be a button over here that goes to the sign in page. Great. So that particular thing is completed pretty successfully, and it looks really nice and neat. Okay, so the next part here is once I add this first thing, I want to click on admin. Now look at this. This is an issue. I click on admin. I'm not on the top of the page. I have to scroll by myself. This is an issue that it could be fixed very easily. Now, how we could do about this is that we have to go to the components and we have to add another component here. And that one is going to be called scroll to top. So let's just add a component here. And this is going to be called scroll to top.jsx. Okay? And then over here, we have a simple procedure. So rafc, okay? And essentially we want a component, so we could have we could basically have the return. So over here you see this return. You basically don't have to return anything, so you could say return null. This is how you basically create this. First of all, you would have to get the path name. So const path name. So you go to path name, and this is from use location. 1 minute. So use location. Just 1 second. So use location is coming from React Router DOM. Import use location from React Router DOM. Okay. So you see this? Let me just have this a little. Okay. So we have use location from React Router DOM. Just add this over here. Okay. So right after this path name, which is use location, we could basically determine where are we from on the page. So remember, let's go back to our post, and we click on a random post. We look at this thing, which is over here. Click on it. We're at bottom here, right? So we want to determine our location here on the page. So we could have a use effect here. Basically, will be called and determining where are you located, okay? And it's going to change always based on the path name, okay? That's good. Now, I want to show you one thing. Now, if suppose we are changing our path name, we always want to go back to window.scroll to, and then we go to the 0, 0. This means we want to go to the beginning of the scroll bar. So right here, 0, 0. Okay? And return null is just that. Other than that, I believe everything looks good. We're good with this scroll to top. We have to add this everywhere in our application. So we have to go to the app.jsx right here. So you could add this. Oh man. So app.jsx. Okay. So over here we have this header. So you see the browser router, you could just add in a scroll to top. So scroll to top component. Okay. Now this is there. I hope it's added. So over here we have console, and we have use effect is not defined. Now How do I add this use effect? This is also easy. Go to scroll to top and add the use effect here. Okay, that's good. Now you can see, now if we go to the post, we go to a random blog post, click on this, we go here, and we're always on the top because of this window.scroll tool. That's super cool because this use effect is always going to be called whenever the use path name changes. Path name is detected by the use location from the React Router DOM. It's a brilliant solution. Now, I mean, everything looks good, and you know, it seems to work really great. Now let's go back to the comment section. So we have our first block, which is right here, right? So this is our first block of the current user. We have to make one more. So, you know, we have to, first of all, go here, and we have to say if the current user, so current user exists, and we want to put again something like this, colon, and then you can put a colon and then put like that. Okay, so again, something similar. So in this particular part, we'd have you know, a text area to add our comment section. Let me show you how that would appear. So this is a flow by React text area, and it says over here we have a placeholder, add a comment, rows 3, max length 200, and then on change we have e set comment, and then e.target.value, and then value is equal to comment. So what I want to show you is that we want to add this use state here in the comment. So let's just say const comment set comment use state, and then you can basically have comment set to you can set comment to null in the you know, initially. But you would always want other than comments, you would always prefer getting the comment error. Sometimes set comment error, then that could be set to null in the beginning. Okay, I'll just add a semicolon here as well. Okay, so then we have you know, const. Essentially right now, I mean, it's good. We could have one which is called comments, set comments, and then it's a list of comments that will be existing, but this is going to be considered later on. Right now we're mainly focused on these two. So let's go back here, and you know, now you got this over here in this else part. So what you want to do in the else part is pretty simple and easy to understand. So suppose you don't have the you know, comment, so you could just say, so we have you know, so we could just basically have you know, a paragraph here, and we could have, say, no comments yet. Okay, so now check this out. We have an issue here. So we have current user and this round bracket, colon, this round bracket. I mean, everything looks good. Expected got colon. So, and this colon, and we have form. So I think what I understood what the problem is. The first one had this current user. The second one is not like that. It's not like a question, okay? It's not like that. It's basically simple and. So it's not going to have this colon thing, okay? It's just going to have a bracket like this. Go back to our post, end of post. See this nice little comment section? So we have this current user. If it exists, we're able to add this comment section. Okay. Then we could add a div that gets the characters remaining and a button. So just 1 second. So over here, so this is text area. You could basically have a div. Now, of course, there's issues. So the first one is that the button doesn't exist. Second is that we have expected comma got class name. Okay. Comment current user, and we have text area. You know what? Let's add a form tag within it on top of it. So we'll have a form tag, and everything within this is going in here, which is in here. Okay. That makes sense. Now, if we go format this document, okay, go to this. Now it looks better. So you see the 200 characters remaining. It's basically, I'll tell you the reason what's happening. Now we could tell you how many characters remaining. We have a comment dot length. Now this is the value of the comment, right? It's getting the comment, but the maximum length for the comment would be 200. Now what you want to do is over here, this is all flow by, right? To get this dynamic thing, what I do is I minus the comment dot length, whatever the comment dot length, and initially it would be like 0, right? And whenever I type, the comment length increases. So whenever it increases, the value would become smaller and smaller, right? This one. So that's why that's have a dynamic touch here. Okay, so this form would also have a class name. So right here. So let me just have this on the right. So let's put this on the right. This over here. Save. Okay, now it looks nice because we have a border on the form as well. Now you can see the comment section looks pretty neat. Okay, so we have a form, which is good. Now, we also want one other thing. So we have the button, which is good. We also want an error. So, if the comment error persists, so right after the div and inside the form, we could have a comment error. So if a comment error exists, we could put the alert message. This is coming from the flow by React. And then the comment error could exist there. Form could have an on submit. So on submit, and this could go to handle submit. Now this won't exist, right? That's why we need to add it here. Const handle submit. Okay, close it like that. There. So now we want to basically add this API call where we could add this comment. It would save it into the database. Go to the database part because we added all of this. Let's go to the server model, and we're going to create a model for our comment. So it's going to be called comment.model.js. Okay. So the first thing that's required here is import mongoose from mongoose, and then we could have const comment schema is equal to new mongoose schema. Okay, so over here we could have the bracket closed, and then we have this round bracket. Okay, so over here we have now the content, and this is type, which is string, and then we have required, which is true. Now this is the content of the comment. Then we have the post ID, where this comment belongs from, have the type of string, and this could be required to true. We could have the user ID of the person who commented, have this type as another string, and then we have required, which is true. Yes, obviously there is a user that comments, right? And then we have likes. This could be the people who like the comment, so you could have a string of maybe, whatever you want, like username or an email. And we could have the required, which is set to, well, we don't have to have it required, but we could have it default set to an empty list. Okay. Now we have number of likes, and this could be a list. Type could be a number, and default set to 0. Okay. And then we have this this one, so we comma, and this is just there. So we have it, and then we have timestamps colon true, and then we have const, we have comment is equal to mongoose.model comment. This is capital. Remember, it's going to have comments in the Mongo database and comment schema, and this is going to be export default comment. Super cool. This is created. Now we got to go to the route. So if we go to the routes, we have comment. We have to add one new one. This is going to be called comment.route.js. So the comment.route.js is also pretty simple and straightforward. First of all, we have to import express. Just add this. Okay. So let me just. So first of all, we're going to have to import express from express, like that. Okay. And then we have import. So first, we have import express from express. We could have const router is equal to express.router with a capital R, and then at the end export default router. Now check one thing over here. We want to first of all create a router.post to add a comment, so it's basically /create. Okay, and then we have a verified token. This is going to be coming from my utils folder, and then we have the create comment controller. Okay, so verified token, no suggestions. I'm going to have to import it. So import verified token from my utils. So it's basically the utils. So go back. So in the routes, you have to go dot slash utils slash verified token. There you go. Utils verified token.js. So you could see over here this one. Okay. Verify user.js. Okay. Same thing goes for the comment, create comment. So let's add a controller. So this one is going to be for the comments, controllers. So over here we have comment.controller.js. So over here we have import comment. So in the controller we basically have, first of all, export const create comment, and then we have this. Okay. Now over here in the create comment we want to actually import it here too, so that. Okay, that's good. We have create comment controllers, and then we have over here create comment.controller.js. Amazing. Okay, so over here we have a try and catch block. This is how we're going to create the comment. To catch it, we can just use our next error. But in the try part, we have, we'll have one more thing, which is next right here. and then we have const content, and then we have post ID, and then we have user ID, and that equals to request dot body, like that. So over here we have const content, post ID, and then we have user ID. We're getting this from the request. What do you mean by this? Well, go here. When you write a comment, okay, what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna send it. What I'm sending is basically this content. Okay, the post ID, which is this post ID. Okay, it's gonna be, and also this user ID of who's commenting. So essentially, it's gonna be me commenting to my ID, admin's ID. And if it's someone else, it's someone else's ID. But the post ID will be the same. And then we remember we're passing the post ID as a prop. So everything is gonna be there. After that, you use first determine if the user ID is valid. So if that not equals to user dot, if the user ID if it doesn't match the cookie, so if the user ID does not match the request dot user dot ID. So request dot user dot ID. So what we could say is we could have an error handler. So what we have here is, normally we would say return next, and we have error handler from error.js. I believe it's like that. Go to the utils. Yep. So an error.js, and then we could have a simple unauthorized 40. I think it was first of all the status code, and then the message. So 403, and then we have unauthorized. Okay, or basically you would just have it. You are not allowed to comment. You are not authorized to perform this action, to comment. Okay, now that's good. I mean, now we could have that done, which is the next handler, and now we're good to go. Now we could create a comment easily. Comment coming from our model. So comment is equal to new comment control space and comment. Well, it's in this one. So we have comment from models.comment models comment.model.js. Okay. Make sure you don't forget to add the .js at the end. Now you could create the model by having the content, having the post ID, having the user ID, and essentially this is the model. Await, and we have new comment. Okay, so this is comment. You can basically say new comment. Yeah, new comment dot save. Takes some time. That's why we need await. And we have async there. Response.status 201. So you could just basically have 200, and then we have JSON new comment. Okay, great. I mean, we have everything there, and I believe this is our API for our comments. Format document. Good. So this is now good. All good to go. Let's add all of this to the index.js. Last thing. So we'll go to the index.js file, which is over here. So it's basically hold shift to drop into editor. Okay. But we didn't do anything like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add this over here. So we have index.js, simple stuff, app.use, and we have /API/comment, and then whatever exists with it will go to the comments route. Now you could import this, no suggestions given, but we'll go here. So you have this, so import, we have comments route from, so comments route. So that's why we're exporting default. So because we name it anything we want, that we name the comment routes from Then the routes comment.route.js. I think everything looks good. Okay, right, we're good to go. Now we could go and test this out. We'll test it out in our front end. So we could go to the comment section, and in the handle submit part, so in the handle submit part, we have handle submit form. Now we could just say e.prevent default from refreshing, and then we have if the comment length is greater than 200, we could just simply return, and then we have a simple try and catch. So try and catch. Okay, so in the catch part, we could have the set comment error, because we're also going to be viewing it in our alert. That's why we need it. Okay, so now let's call this API. It's simple. What we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to have the await fetch, and we have slash. Okay, so it's going to be slash API slash comment, okay, slash create, okay, that's how we named it. Okay, the method is post. Headers are content type application JSON. Now the thing that we're saying is that we have a body over here. And this is going to be json.stringify, 1 minute, json.stringify. And in here we have three things. We have the content from the comment. This is basically the state. So I'm passing the comment. This whatever is going to be inside my comment text area, that's going to be set to that content. Remember the request that it's sending. So we're accommodating this. Post ID would be something like that. Exactly the same, because both things are named the same. That's why you don't have to say anything. Post ID basically is being captured here as a prop. Post ID. Okay. So remember, we go to call to action. Sorry, if we go to the page where is that? Post page.jsx. We have this post ID, right? Comment section. So post ID, post._underscore ID, and that's why we captured it over here in the comment section, post ID. And we pass it like that. Similar to that, we have the user ID. Now that is the current user dot ID. So whatever the ID _ID, sorry. So the underscore ID, whatever the user's ID is, you put in the user ID. And that is all gold. Now everything else is good. We have this perfectly done. Okay, and we could have this closed here. Okay, so one thing is that this is closed, but we have the squiggly, 1 minute. I don't know why, random here. We have the squiggly, and then we have the round bracket, and then closed like that. Why do I need this? Because this is a part of this await, this whole thing, and then this is the round bracket for the fetch. Okay, so if this is good, we had to put it in a variable. So we could have just said const res. Okay. And then we have to convert to data. Okay. And then we say if the rest was okay. Then we could set the comment to null, because the comment has been done, added. So set comment, not the comment. And then we have set comment error, and that's basically a spread operator to accommodate like if there's more comments. But right now we're set the comment to null. Okay, comment error to null. And for the catch part, we have this. Okay, I think everything looks good, and we basically could move now to seeing this in action. So format document. I hope it's gonna work. So let's see. So refresh. Okay. Inspect console. First, it cannot read properties of null reading ._id. So this is part of at post page. What do we have here? Cannot read properties of null. Okay. So there's a problem here at post page line number 83. Post page line number 83. Okay. So we have comment section, and then we have post ID, post._id. I hope that this adds something. Console.log, post ID, maybe. Post._id. Let's see. Still it's giving this issue. Maybe it's, I don't know, man. Okay, let's comment that out. Over here, let's see what this is. What could have just told us before? Okay, we still have an issue, so go to console. We have cannot read properties of null reading ID. It's ._ID. It's having an issue. So I could verify token. Oh. If you go to the backend, crashed when we were in the backend. So verify token, and then utils verify user.js. Oh, so if we go to the comment.route, so we had verify token from utils, and then we have verify user.js. Verify user is being added here. Why is it still giving an issue? Syntax: the provided module does not provide an export named. Okay, let me just so we got an issue, to be honest. Turn it off and do it again. Okay. It's crashing because of this. Comment.route.js. Line number 2. There's this import issue. So utils verify user.js. Verify user. Export const. Verify user. Verify user. I think because we have it by default. Let's see. Yes, the reason why we had this problem is that we did export const verify user. We cannot do anything else but verify user. We can't import it like verify token. If we had export default, then it was possible, but right now we can't. That's why it was creating this issue. But now I believe everything is working. Let's turn off front end and let's rerun. Okay, now it's good. Go back. Okay, that's good. I mean, everything is back. Okay. So now let's go and go to inspect, and in the console we don't have any issues, which is amazing. Let's create a comment, say hello there. Okay, so if I submit this, you can see that it's gone. If we go to the network tab, you can see this create 200 API comment create. Payload was hello there, post ID, and the user ID. Remember the things that we were talking about. And the response we finally got, hello there. So we got the post ID, user ID, likes is just an array of empty array, number of likes is 0, ID of we created. So basically we created this comment at the end. Super cool, super exciting. This was amazing. What a journey. Now we added this comment. We want to add now the ability to view all your comments whenever you add them. So that looks cool, right?